So 2024 is almost over. It's practically done. And I'd say we had probably the greatest year in the history of history, which, as you know, is a tremendous amount of time when you're talking in terms of history and the time and the books and other things before they even had books. So we're talking a tremendous amount of history. But I think I had the best year that anybody's ever had. I had my criminal cases go away. I ended the political careers of both Sleepy Joe and Koala Bear Harris when everybody thought I was going to be in jail and my career was over, just because I committed crimes and sexually assault women and had done a coup, like a soft coup. You know how they do the tacos now? They used to, you remember you used to get the hard tacos, like there'd be a big crunch and you knew you were eating beautiful tacos, and then all of a sudden they became very popular with the soft tacos, and you're sort of like, why the hell is the taco soft? And that's sort of like the coup we did on January 6th. It wasn't like muskets and bombs and things like that. It was more of like excuse me, do you mind if I poop on your desk and beat up a few cops? Okay, it's called soft coup. And they thought my career was over after that, and also because I'm 78 and I ramble and I have low energy now compared to, but you know what? It's not how many times I heard a great saying the other day. It's not how many times you get knocked down and I get up again and you're never going to knock me down. I think it was this philosopher, Chumbawamba, very smart guy, by the way. But I'd like to sort of meet with him at the White House if he has availability, because he's a smart guy, okay? But they say it's not how many times you get knocked down, it's how many people are stupid enough to vote for you again. And I think we did tremendously well in terms of people voting stupidly. So we thank them. You know, they couldn't have made my 2024 as the greatest year in history for a person if they hadn't done that. But I also think I survived an assassination. Somebody tried to shoot, they shot me. They shot me in the ear, okay? And I think that was the greatest moment of 2024, because I got up, I said fight, and because only a true sort of, I don't know if the term is sociopath or social media or truth social, where you get shot and the thing you're thinking of first is branding. Okay, let's go branding. That's what we're going to say in 2025, because my presidency is all about branding. It's not about, I mean, it's about, yeah, it's about country and hugging flags and molesting flags while Lee Greenwood sings his song. It's a little annoying at this point, but we like him. We like Lee. We sell Bibles together. But when they tried to shoot me, and did, when that guy shot me in the ear, the greatest thing happened. My wife, Melba Toast, that night was actually sort of emotional. You know, we called her the Ice Queen because she's, you remember our Christmas decorations? They were just like, what sort of Tim Burton nightmare from Transylvania that came up with this? But she sort of melted a little bit, and she said to me, Donald, I thought we lost you today. And I said, can't really understand you, darling. That accent is still. What are you, Arnold Schwarzenegger, where the accent doesn't go away? She said, Donald, maybe you understand this, Donald. Tonight, I have sex with you while awake. And I said, wow, she must have really been really moved by the fact that I was almost assassinated. And you know what? We call that assassination with benefits, okay? Because she didn't take her sleeping pills. She actually stayed awake the whole time. And she said words like I'd never heard her say. She said, is it in? And she said, almost done. And I was like, it's so beautiful to hear your voice and make eye contact with you during relations, because usually you're just snoring, and you write a note for consent, of course. It says, per, your lawyer wrote it because you don't know these words in English, but it said, per prenup, have at it. But you actually looked at me and talked to me. And I heard you when we were done. I gave my powerful, ugh, and you reciprocated with, ugh. And it was the most beautiful night of our entire marriage. And we wouldn't have had that if I hadn't almost been shot, if I hadn't been shot and almost assassinated. So we call it assassination with benefits. So thank you, America. Thank you, melatonin. Thank you, honestly, to the guy who shot me in the ear because we had eye contact set. So he's sort of like a matchmaker almost, the guy in Pennsylvania. So wherever he is, thank you. He's probably hanging out with my friend Jeff Epstein and my father, Fred Trump, as we speak. But thank you. And 2025, I would say we have a project for 2025. It's not Project 2025, but it's a project that will take place in 2025 that has a lot of things that are in Project 2025, but that's a coincidence. So Happy New Year to everybody except the haters, the Democrats, people who like rule of law. And uh, other than that, let's have a great 2025. Bye bye, immigrants.